action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings taking on the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks control the tap. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to appear in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Buddy Hield. Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Down low for Len. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Easy path to the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young lays it in.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. To Trae Young. Millsap. Down low for Len. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good. A 3-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Alex Len trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Unable to connect on the free throw. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
It's Atlanta ball. The pass taken away by the Kings. No, he missed a short one there. Has a chance, knocks it down off the step back.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
And count the basket inside.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
to Millsap. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. That's out. Last touch by Dwayne Dedmon. Changes coming from both sides right now. Jared Allen sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Won't go down. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kings with the ball. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
He throws it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Fox. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
To Parker. Wide open look, won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
To Fox. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
De'Aaron Fox at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 72%. One free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. John Collins rejects it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Len with the block. John Collins pins it. And he finishes at the rim. First quarter is complete. It's the Kings with the lead. The shooting in that first quarter was what?
We got this. Let's go. Substitutions. Sacramento.
Cashes in for 2.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Trae Young.
Gotta shoot that.
The jumper's off the mark. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Runners good there.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Trying to cash in. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Count the basket inside. The Hawks will use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. To Parker. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Deep two there, won't go. Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Kings absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim on the offensive end. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Sacramento. The Hawks Maybe in the building.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who?
And that concludes our halftime report. Joining us, and see you again after the game.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Count the bucket for 2.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact? That's, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hawks have it. Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. So this remains Hawks basketball. Lets it fly from long range. Trae Young bothered just enough there.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Now the Hawks coach going to call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
Fans, have you noticed the red donation boxes located around the concourse? You're accepting non-perishable food items for homeless in our community. Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community event.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Barnes to Hield. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. To Allen Crabbe. Great look and vision. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Cruises inside for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Allen Crabbe. To Trae Young. The pass stolen by Sacramento.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Oh, big finish at the rim. Now a whistle. It's going to be a timeout for Sacramento as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Bagley. Brandon Ingram able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Allen Crabbe. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Driving right to the basket. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Counted at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Sacramento ball. And count the basket.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for Atlanta, number 5, Jabari Parker.
On your side.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Has a chance. Shot won't go. Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter, and the Kings right now feeling good. Hawks with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Curling inside. Gets to the basket and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. It's Sacramento ball. And the basket good at the rim.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of breakdance move they might hit you with.
To Allen Crabbe. Beyond the arc for 3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. And the finish. Jay, it counts for 2, but that was pretty.
Stepping east, then stepping west, and laying the ball right down the line.
Covering all areas of the map. Whistle stops play. Timeout here for Atlanta as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Allen Crabbe.
Come on, you left.
Has a look. Shot by Ingram misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the nice finish at the rim.
Man, he got blown by on that one. But sometimes those plays can spark the defender to buckle down and give way more effort to not be embarrassed like that ever again.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Buddy Hield. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
Psychological warfare by the defense. I see they baited him into that shot. They'll give him that all night long.
Missed a wide open look. And scores at the basket. Great body control, Jay. He was a freight train down the lane.
I can tell you what conversation he just had in his own head. I had him. I thought I had him.
Knocked loose. Lays it up and in.
You see, Ed, the defender was just slightly outside his comfort zone. You don't stop a move like that. Nobody does.
The Hawks will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Sacramento Kings, number 8, Bogdan Bogdanovic.
The pass taken away by the Kings.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Nice finish at the rim.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Don't let him get out. Yep, I got him. I got him.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
So deadly. Now, look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle, oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Here comes the screen. Parker. They love this hustle. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Kings have the basketball.
I got ball. I got ball. I got some for him. Little help. Take my. Shot up.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
That misses with a second to go. It's the Kings who get the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Rose. And it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Kings were merciless in this game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Sacramento Kings.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. On behalf of ESPN